This is Pixel Dan coming to you from the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm actually standing here with Chris Kay and Pat Linden from Playmates Toys to talk Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So first of all, how's the show going for you guys?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's amazing to see how many people are out here to support Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable. I mean, the Turtle fan base seems like it's growing by the year, which is pretty remarkable given it's 30 years in. But it seems like every year you see new fans, and it's incredible.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, we're celebrating like 30 years of the Ninja Turtles. There's a new movie coming out. The Nick Turtles cartoon series is still hot. I mean, this is a really good time to be a fan of the Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of new things coming out. And at your panel yesterday, you guys revealed a ton of new product that's coming out. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about just some of the things you guys have coming up. And let's go ahead and start with the Nick Turtles stuff. You revealed some new characters yesterday. So can you kind of tell us about some of these new figures that are coming out?
Yeah, I mean, as the new animation brings out new characters, obviously we would like to keep it in the action figures as well. So as more and more characters, they get mutated because some of them are new, and also some of the old classic ones as well come back into the new series, and we like to do those as figures as well.
Yeah, and we saw some of these classic characters that are kind of getting the new Nick Turtles treatment. Baxter Stockman as a Fly, Bebop and Rocksteady. We're seeing some of these done in action figure form now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah, and I think that Bebop and Rocksteady, this is something I definitely want to clarify. I had a lot of people asking me. They're going to be sold at Walmart first, right? But then they're going to show up other places. It's not just a Walmart exclusive. Is that how it is?
Yeah, it'll be a first ship to Walmart and then available everywhere else later in the year.
Okay, very, very cool. One of the other big characters you guys finally revealed as an action figure was Karai. A lot of people have been wanting to see Karai for a long time. Now, we did notice that you went with the mutated form of Karai, so she's in the snake form. Can you kind of explain how that action figure works? I think there was like a head swap thing or something.
Yeah, so basically it has a sculpt head of Karai in her human state, and then there's a snake serpent mask that actually goes on over the head. And then also you have a little bit of articulation in her tail, and you have two ball joints within her arms as well.
She's a really cool looking figure. I do got to ask though, are there any plans for a human Karai? I know a lot of fans out there really want to see Karai in her human form as an action figure.
You know, there's definitely been a lot of response for Karai. Everyone loves her as a character. She is a more integral part now in the show than some of the other characters. So, you know, if the fans want it, it's something definitely we'll explore after we see how Serpent Cry does.
Okay, very, very cool. So one of the big parts about Turtles has always been the vehicles and the play sets, and you got a lot of new vehicles coming out as well, correct? One of the big ones was the Turtle Blimp.
Yeah, the Turtle Blimp is the new group vehicle for the Turtles for the action figures, and it's basically inspired by the old Turtle Blimp, which a lot of you fans out there are probably very familiar with. Surprising, we asked the question in the panel of how many people actually own the original blimp, and I'd say about 80% raised their hand in the panel.
Yeah,
so it's amazing how much that old blimp resonated with the fans of Turtles.
Very, very cool.
In the original party van, the blimp was the second best-selling group vehicle in the Turtle line, so definitely has a heritage behind it, and we think this blimp is going to do just as well.
Awesome. And some of the other things, you guys are bringing all this stuff from the old line and reworking it into the new line, like the Turtle Blimp and some of these older characters, but some of the other like turtle variants you have coming out. You have the head-dropping turtles. You have mutating turtles. All of this kind of stuff, you guys are like reinvigorating it and bringing it to the Nick Turtles line. I think that's really, really cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think one of the things we have to do as being good makers of toys is obviously keep bringing stuff new. And fans tell us what they want, so we wanted to satisfy what the fans want and obviously make some cool stuff that hasn't been seen before as well.
Awesome. So how about play sets? The Sewer Home is still doing very well, I imagine. You guys have those really great Z-Line play sets as well. Are you looking at the possibility of any other large-scale play sets that could fit into the line? Maybe something for the villains?
We are. We're looking at something for fall of 15 that we can't reveal yet, but it'll be very, very cool when you see it. I think the fans will love it.
Oh, that's exciting news. Maybe a Technodrome or something, huh? That could be a lot of fun. That could be cool. So we talked a little bit about how we're kind of celebrating 30th anniversary of the Ninja Turtles. These started out as comics by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. And one of the other things you guys showed off at the panel, kind of going along with your San Diego exclusive, is you're doing comic-inspired Turtles.
Yeah, correct. We are doing, for Playmates, have never done really the original comic book Turtles. So we did it in the 4.5, 5-inch scale Turtles, which is also the Comic-Con exclusive in the white deco with unique styled wipes that really bring out the etching on the images of the turtles on the figure. And obviously we're going to be doing that in a colored version as well that's going to be into the mass market.
Very, very cool. So full color ones. How are those going to be made available? I think there was a couple different ways that you could buy them, correct?
Yeah, you'll have the 4 turtles that'll be available in the traditional blister card package, and then we're going to do an exclusive for Toys R Us where we include Michelangelo and Leonardo, and he'll come packed out with the original comic book based on the micro series of Leonardo and Michelangelo as well.
Very cool. All right, so now let's talk about the new movie that's coming out. It's going to be hitting theaters in the next couple weeks here, so we're getting closer and closer to the date. You guys already have a ton of movie product on the shelves. Is there plans to kind of keep moving forward with the movie property as well?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, the more and more we know about the movie and how well the fans are going to support it, it definitely leads us to believe that there is going to be life beyond the movie into the toy line. And of course, if there's a opportunity for a new turtle movie, an extension of this movie, then obviously we can go back in and do a lot more to satisfy the demand.
Awesome, excellent. So many different versions of the Turtles available in action figure form now. It's amazing. All these different eras are getting represented, which is going to bring me finally to the Ninja Turtles Classic Collection. The new 1990 movie Turtles are getting ready to hit right now. They're actually being sold here at the convention. And then at the panel, you guys revealed the next series, which is going to be Shredder and Krang in the android body, which is really exciting stuff. So what can you tell us about these new figures?
So basically, keeping in line, being inspired by the original TV series, but not a true representation. So it's a mixture of being that inspired by what kids remember as the original TV series, but also putting in a unique twist of trying to make them beefier, a little bit bulkier, a little bit more heroic as an action figure. And I think people have really liked the original comic book Turtles that we did for the Classic Collection. So obviously we wanted to put a little spin there as well. And based on, selecting Shredder and Krang, it seemed like those are the strongest characters to do in that series to keep it going.
Very cool. Yeah, so they got a little bit of a stylized look to them, kind of like what you did with Bebop and Rocksteady. They're not exact representations of the cartoon.
Correct. A little bit more heroic, a little bit bulked up a little bit. What you guys saw in the images are still work in progress, so we are tweaking it a little bit as well. But we obviously wanted to give you guys a first look at that.
Yeah, so the scale on them, the Krang might be a little smaller compared to the Turtles, so I don't know, they're still works in progress, like you said.
Right.
So they'll be as to scale to the Turtles as possible, correct?
Yeah, it's going to be more into that 6-inch scale. So unfortunately, because we try to put everything into that same assortment, so we kind of have to base it within the same blister.
Sorry guys, we're filming here.
Only at Comic-Con.
Only at Comic-Con. All this cosplay is going on. Everybody wants pictures. It's the way it works here. There's people everywhere, but it's exciting stuff. So, that's a lot of things going on here, but very exciting stuff, right? So the Classic Collection doing well. I mean, are we going to see more, do you think? More of these classic characters, maybe some different eras of the Ninja Turtles represented in that line at some point?
That is quite possible. I mean, we'll see how Shredder or I should say the original Turtles based on the 1990 movie do, and then that'll determine the future of the Classic Collection. If those continue to sell well, we'll continue to introduce new characters.
Awesome. Well, very cool. Well, thank you guys very much for taking the time to just kind of talk to me a little bit about all this stuff. It seems like there is so many different types of turtle toys out there now. So, like I said, it's a good time to be a fan of the Ninja Turtles. We got a movie, we got a cartoon, we got all these great toys. So thank you guys for kind of keeping this all alive for us. It's really, really great.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate everyone that supports Turtles in a big way. I mean, the one thing that everyone associates with Turtles, when someone talks about Turtles, it puts an immediate smile on everyone's face. So, it definitely resonates with a lot of people.
Awesome. Well, there you go, guys. A glimpse at some of the cool things that are happening with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. From the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con, this is Pixel Dan reporting.
Stay up to date with Pixel Dan at San Diego Comic-Con 2014. Follow @PixelDan on Twitter or /Mandalorian30 on YouTube.com. Also, don't forget to visit NerdRageToys.com where you can shop for all your toy collecting needs. From vintage to modern, there's something for everyone.